I thought I just lost my friend to oblivion because we were kids and we didn't know how anything worked back then. Like, your mind goes the darkest places when you're a kid and something like that happens. What is up, my wonderful little pups, and welcome to another episode of Veda. Now, Veda is vlog every day in April, and it is run by Amy Schmittauer from the SpasticSocial YouTube channel. And Amy came up with this challenge to challenge people to get used to vlogging. The talking prompt for today is, what is the most adventurous thing you've ever done? For me, the most adventurous thing I've ever done is something that most of you would probably freak out to hear. The most adventurous thing I've ever done in my life was when I was a kid. Me and my best friend of like 10 plus years now, when we were like, I don't know, 14 or 15, somewhere along those lines, we went trotting through a creek in the woods barefoot. That was the kind of kid I was. I went barefoot everywhere when I was a kid. Now I can't stand stepping in a puddle because it freaks me out. Are you like that? If you step in a puddle, does it freak you out? Like, does it give you the heebie-jeebies and you have to dry your foot off immediately? I'm like that now. That's me now. The girl that used to go trotting through creeks barefoot in the middle of summer, in the middle of the woods, can't stand to step in a wet puddle. Especially if I am wearing socks. I can't wear socks in the house. Period. I don't like it. But if I'm ever wearing socks in the house and I step in a puddle, it's the end of the freaking world. When I was little, me and her went plodding through this creek barefoot. That's the most adventurous thing I'd ever done. And it was funny. I don't know if she'll remember this. Maybe she'll comment if she does, because she's commented on my channel before. Her name is Dark Wolf Katara. You'll probably see her in the comments fairly often on some of my videos if she has anything to add to the subject matter. She was running in front of me through this creek, okay? And then all of a sudden, when we got to this really, like, kind of big area of water, she disappears under the water. Like, gone. She was there, and then she wasn't, and there were just little ringlets of water flowing out from where she was. I was standing there, frozen, petrified. I was scared out of my mind. I thought I just lost my friend to oblivion because we were kids, and we didn't know how anything worked back then. Like, your mind goes the darkest places when you're a kid and something like that happens. But when she fell into there, I remember staring at them little ringlets rippling out from where she had disappeared under the surface. And I remember thinking, oh God, what if she's eaten by a snake? We live in an area where there are no snakes big enough to eat you. But that's where my mind went as 14, 15-year-old me. When she disappeared, I looked, I said her name several times. I was calling for her. She popped up, huffing and puffing and freaking out. And she finally gets back to where I was. And she's literally swimming. She finally gets back to where I was. This water is so murky, so dirty, you cannot see where you're stepping. The water is brown, because we lived in a very muddy area, and every time there was runoff from rain, it dragged a bunch of dirt into the water, and it stayed dirty. So we could not see that this was basically a little pool of water. It was deep. It was deep enough to where I think she was about 5'1" then, or so. She's like 5'6"? No, she might be a little shorter than that. I don't remember how short she is. She's short. I'm tall. I'm an Amazon. But even I probably would have fallen under there. That's how deep that was. She said that when she slipped under, she did not ever touch the bottom. And when she came back up, she was in full-fledged panic mode. She goes, oh my God, I don't know what happened. And I was like, you just disappeared, and I was so scared. I was like on the verge of crying. I was so scared. And she just said, do not go over there. Just do not go over there, okay? Don't do it, because you will sink. I was so terrified. If my friend had slipped under the water and could not swim that day, knowing how dirty that water was, I don't know if I could have saved her, or if I would have thought in time to save her. I could have lost my best friend that day. That was the most adventurous and the most scary day of my life. So, that's my story of how adventurous I can be. I'm not that way anymore. That's how I used to be. I can't be that way now. I'm terrified of everything. Terrified. I'm petrified of wasps now, so there's that. If there's ever a wasp in my house, my boyfriend has to kill it. Used to, I could have a wasp crawl across my skin when I was a kid, and I would just look at it like, ooh, hi, how are you? And it's just... I was a very strange kid, and I did like a complete 360 in personality when I became an adult. Well, not complete. I'm still a nerd and a geek and just a flat-out dork. If you are viewing my channel and you are from SSSVEDA, please comment below that you have a video about this if you did this subject matter in your video for today. And I will be sure to click on your name and go check you out. If you're not in SSSVEDA and you're just one of my viewers, please let me know in the comments. What's the most adventurous thing you've ever done? I want to know because I love stories. And I'm hoping I can give you guys some more stories in future vlogs. Thank you guys so much for watching, though. If you like this episode, give that like button a lovable lick, bark at each other in the comments, paw at that subscribe button if you want to keep up with me and all the howling that I do, and please, guys, invite your friends to come howl with us on the channel. The puppy pack needs to grow, and I need your help to do that. Keep humble and hungry, my pups. I'll howl at you next time. This place is scary at night. I don't want to be out here anymore. I'm going home. Ah, caught him. You only thought you were slick. That wasn't a fish joke. Well, it wasn't intended that way. Ooh, you spawn a lot of little guys. Oh my, oh. Oh, wait, what? Wait, that's not even fair.